the truth! Tell 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 the truth!
Alright guys, my fellow Australian Serbian community, braćo i sestre, i šta se radi? Firstly, I'd like to start by acknowledging Melbourne, the Serbian communities of Melbourne, who have been from the very first day in front of the courts, in front of detention centres. And today, the Serbian community and the fans of Novax Djokovic of Sydney are here to face Channel 7. Now we all know that Channel 7 were caught. They were caught out on camera, secretly filmed. And they said Novax Djokovic is a lying asshole. And those are the words of mainstream media. And this guy here in front of me is probably from the mainstream media. And we'll just see how he reports this on the news. But why would I say this? The mainstream media is 90% of the problem. And we know that. And the Australian people have lost all trust in the mainstream media. People do not get their news from the mainstream media anymore. They get their news from social media, from organisations that are started by the people. And the Serbian community is very unhappy. That's what happened. We pay our respects today to Novax Djokovic. And not because he's a tennis player, but because he's empowered the freedom movement. And the whole world is watching. Novax Djokovic is a martyr for freedom. What they did to Novax, what they've done to Novax Djokovic, they've been doing every day to all of us. They've been doing every day to all of us. To you, to your families. And they were getting away with it. And there was nothing that we could do to help ourselves or defend ourselves. But no, Jack is too powerful. He's too strong. He's too humble. He's too honest. And he's sent by God to Australia to reveal what's happening in this country to the whole world. Novax Djokovic is not just a sports player. He's not just number one for tennis. He's a martyr for the truth. He's a martyr for the people who are pure bloods, for the people that haven't given in to the experiment, who hope stand their ground. And there are many people here that are vaccinated, in fact, in this crowd. Because the unvaccinated and the vaccinated have one thing in common together. They will both be never fully vaccinated. It doesn't matter if you've had 2 shots or 3 shots. You're always going to be behind the count. You're always going to have to get your next one. Novax Djokovic has shown to the whole world the blunders of the Australian government. Novax Djokovic has exposed Scott Morrison and his lies. Novax Djokovic has exposed the flawed legal system. And Novax Djokovic's lawyers are fighting hard to overturn another cancellation. The whole world is watching. Overseas, people think that the Australian government has gone mad. It's gone completely insane. Novax Djokovic's parents, the people of Serbia, the people of Croatia, the people of Bosnia, the people of Slovakia, the people in France, in Paris, all over the world, there are huge protests in support of Novax Djokovic. The Australian Open hasn't even started yet, and Novax Djokovic has already won. He's won the political battle. He's won the hearts and minds. He's won the battle before it's even started. They tried to stop him. But the second runner-up is a Russian. The third runner-up is Zverev. So if you take one down, another one will take his place. But no, Novax Djokovic, if he's not allowed to play, may I promise you, in front of the police here today, if Novax Djokovic is not allowed to play, we guarantee, as protesters, nobody will play in the Australian Open. The protesters in Melbourne, and we'll have brought back convoys from Sydney. We'll make sure that the Australian Open never goes ahead. Even if we have to lie down with our bodies on the street, just like they did in Melbourne, and stop them. And if there are any honest tennis players out there, put down your rackets, stand in solidarity. You know, they're after the money, they're after the prize, they want to win the prize. They said that the lion's been taken down and they want to run in and take his prize. But if they had any honour, and well done to Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios, Greek Orthodox, honest tennis player, who stood in solidarity with Novak Djokovic. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole world is watching what's happening in Australia. By Monday, Novak's appeal will win. They can't stop him. Because if they stop him, if they put him on a plane home, this crowd that's standing here today, it's going to be 100 times more of us coming. We know that those words that were said by Channel 7, that wasn't an accident. That is what they really think, these Channel 7 grabs. And they're all the same. Channel 10, Channel 9, ABC, TGB, Ray Hadley, they're all on the payroll. They're all part of the narrative. They all spin the narrative. Shame! Shame!
Shame on them! 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 Shame on them!
Shame on them!
Shame on them! Shame on them!
Shame on Scott Morrison. If he was a leader, if he had any balls, he would stop this. He doesn't have it. Here we go. This grandmother's going to tell us about Scott Morrison's balls.
Balls at all. His balls are gone. He doesn't have any balls at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to now put your hands together in a round of applause for our next speaker, a politician, a member of Parliament who has been fighting for Novak Djokovic. And on the 8th of January, after Bullshit, after Christmas, Craig Kelly from the United Australia Party.
Let's go, Craig! Let's go, Craig! Let's go, Craig! Let's go, Craig!
Thanks, Aussie.
Hey, look at
Today,
no show protesters on
in Australia, we have a political prisoner of the Morrison regime. And his name is Novak Djokovic. It is an embarrassment and it is a disgrace to our nation. I today, as an Australian, feel ashamed. This decision plays to the worst of human nature. It appeals to those that are vindictive and spiteful and mean-spirited. We are a better nation than this. And what was most disturbing, when you heard the courts last night, the reason for the decision that his visa was revoked was not because he had done anything wrong. It was because, in the minister's opinion, that his mere presence in this country, just the mere presence, would somehow or other incentivise anti-vax sentiment. Now let's be clear what he's actually saying. There is no anti-vax sentiment. There is a sentiment that the government should not mandate you to take a medical intervention against your free will. And that is a fundamental right in a free and democratic society that is being denied to Australians. There is also no anti-vax sentiment. There is a pro-freedom and human rights sentiment. So what the government is saying, that they can deport anyone from this country, take them off the streets, deport them merely because they have a different opinion of the government when it comes to human rights and freedoms. That puts our nation in the same category as Cuba and North Korea. So I hope
that when the court sees protests like this, they understand that the decision of the minister is actually going to cause more disturbance, it's more against the interests of the Australian people, and it should never have been made and should be reversed. So we are here today. Yes, we're here to support Novax, but ultimately we are here to support the rights of freedom, democracy, the rule of law in a free country, and standing up for all Australians that have had their freedoms taken away. Thanks, Aussie.
Freedom! 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 Freedom!
This just shows how incompetent the Liberal and Labor governments are, respectively, the federal and state governments in Victoria and federally, that they would imprison the #1 tennis player in a year which has an election. This just shows that they don't care, possibly even they're going to rig the elections. They are not acting like a government that wants to be re-elected. It's a public relations disaster that the Australian government has done. They've shot themselves in the foot, they've thrown a boomerang and it's hit them back in the face. We know now that the Serbian communities, the Balkan communities, all the Eastern European communities, all the tennis fans, all around Australia, we know which party they're going to vote for. And I can guarantee you, it's not going to be Liberal, Labor or Greens. That's for sure. So thank you to the United Australia Party. Thank you to Craig Kelly. It certainly takes guts. Don't forget, guys, Craig Kelly, as a Member of Parliament, apologised on behalf of the Australian government. He apologised to Novak Djokovic, but not only did the Member of Parliament, Craig Kelly, apologise to Novak Djokovic,